you about the top of the hour, safe for you in Wareham. So be ready to go to your safe spot very quickly tonight. Then we take you back to the flash flood emergencies that are tonight. That includes New Haven, Bridgeport, Danbury, Connecticut, down toward White Plains, Fairfield, New Haven, and Westchester counties. Boston, by the way, is under a flash flood warning tonight. Essex, Middlesex, and Suffolk counties. A place like Mansfield and Springfield, Worcester are under flash flood warnings for us tonight. I mean, you name the county or the city in the Northeast along I-95 tonight, it's got a warning on it. There's been so much rain, record-setting rain in all these places. Flash flood warnings or flash flood emergencies, which is even a notch up from a flash flood warning. So catastrophic flooding occurring for us, life-threatening flooding occurring for us, cars that are stuck in water, Jersey City, Newark, and Patterson, New York, the biggest single daily rainfall total we've had in city history. There you see some more of the warnings that we've got tonight. Right in New York, by the way, including Manhattan, including places like Bronx, although I'm looking at that now, I think they may actually have dropped the flash flood emergency right there in Manhattan. So that's good news. The rain's letting up a little bit for us, so that is some good news. But again, in Newark, it's still ongoing. Down around Edison, including Middlesex, Morris, and Somerset counties for the flash flood emergency. Down around Raritan and Trenton, flash flood emergency. Russ in Bucks County, in Warrington with flash flood emergency. Then there's Huntington and Mercer counties with flash flood emergencies. I mean, I could go on and on here, folks. It's just absolutely insane to think that there's about 170 miles of consecutive flash flood emergencies, although I see they just dropped the Bucks County one. So that is some good news for us tonight. But if you look at the areas that could be next, I think it could be a place like Hartford. You're under a flash flood warning right now in Hartford and Tulloch counties, but I look down to your south a little bit here, and I see all the rain that's coming for you here. So I'm worried what may be coming for you in Hartford with rainfall rates that are 2 to 3 inches an hour just to your south. So moving in from Bridgeport and New Haven up toward Hartford, I'm concerned at what may be headed in for you. So just be ready for high water in your area. I'm going to show you one stat here from Newark because I just think it's kind of insane, the kind of weather that they've had today. Look at the record daily rainfall, or New York, I should say, the record daily rainfall within 1 hour. We set a new record today, 3.15 inches of rain, eclipsing the all-time record set back in September of 1913. So we're now talking 107 years of records. In Newark, how about this for a stat? These are your daily rainfall records. All-time wettest day was November 8, 1977 until today, when you picked up an inch. But if you just took a 3-hour period between 7 and 10 o'clock today, Colleen, that would have been good enough for number 2 all-time in just 3 hours. This kind of gives you some perspective of how intense the rain has been today and how kind of catastrophic the consequences have been of that.
Wow, and Mike, I want to show you what that amount of rain, what it looks like in Newark, because we've had new video coming out of the airport right now as we've had flooded areas. Look at the folks that are stranded on the escalator right now, watching the water flood the ground level of the Newark airport. Of course, all flights have been suspended right now, and folks are being evacuated from those ground levels. We also had much of baggage claim completely flooded as we've had those several inches of rain falling in Newark tonight. So again, pretty incredible to see. And as Mike mentioned, that you were seeing over 3 inches of rain in just an hour falling there in Newark. Now I want to show you some water that's been flooding into the buildings in Brooklyn, New York. Again, this is the scene all across New York, unfortunately, tonight. Water just pouring into those buildings. More coverage right after this.
Be sure to pass 7 delicious crusts, and your family food critics will rave. Croissant crust is flaky layers of buttery bliss. Rising crust.